Okay, so Scott Nance with Cinemark Theaters. Perfect place to see Stuber on the big screen action comedy. So, fellas, like, what was it about this movie that made it feel like a throwback to the great action comedies, the buddy comedies?
Well, I mean, I like, obviously love those movies, and what's great about those movies is there's always a mismatched pair, and those movies really are about the characters sort of growing together and learning from each other. And the action in those movies is like intense action. It's not comedy action. It's like real, actual action. And so I think that's what makes this movie a lot like those movies.
How about for you?
Yeah, a lot of it is. It's practical, so it's contained, so it makes it feel just more realistic. I never thought when reading the script, I actually never thought about it along those lines. It was more the direction we got from Michael Dowse, I think, for myself, anyway. They would have that feel, have that tone of an old throwback film. And he did reference a couple films that I went back and watched and kind of took a few things away from a couple characters. But I think same with you, right?
Yeah, he gave us sort of like different assignments. So you got,
which ones?
You got 48 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about you?
And I watched Midnight Run and Lethal Weapon.
Oh, man. See, those are all great.
Yeah.
Throw in a little Collateral,
Right.
and then you have Stuber.
Yeah.
Well, I love Collateral.
Yeah, me too.
I love that movie,
Yeah.
and that movie's sort of weirdly been an inspiration for many things, including The Big Sick, actually.
Well, I know Big Six, such a good movie. So what was it like for you, Dave, to sort of like, really get into like a comedy?
It was weird.
How so?
No, it was weird because I don't, I've talked about this before. For one, I don't find myself funny at all. But I wanted to do, with my career, I really wanted to do, like across the board, every genre I wanted to hit. And I had been looking for a comedy because I've been starting to get offered comedies after the first Guardians. And it was just hard. It was hard, wrapping my head around it. I don't find myself funny, and I couldn't find the script. And when I found this one, and I knew Kumail was attached, I could see it. I could envision it. Found myself laughing out loud, and I think that in itself says a lot. I mean, when you connect to a script and you find yourself really kind of engaged in it.
And he's funny.
So funny.
Well, I want to say Dave thinks he's not funny, but Dave is very funny, and he's very, very funny in this movie, and he's funny in Guardians. I think he I don't know why he says
I
this.
don't find myself funny, but I do know that I have a strength as a straight man, because I'm very dry.
Yeah, it works well.
Hey! Uber?
Yeah. Oh my God. Hey, let me guess. You want me to drive you to all the Sarah Connors in the city?
Come on, start it up. Let's go.
Oh, it's already started. Electric car. I call it silent but deadly.
Drive.
Stu, how do you do? Can I get you some bottled water, some Canadian chocolates? It was one of those things where I thought I was getting $5 on Amazon, but I ended up getting
Koreatown, now.
Koreatown? No. Hold on, I'm gonna bang a Yui here real quick. Nope, don't got it. Hold on. Oh, didn't quite make it. Just a couple more points and we got it.
But for you, Kumail, this is your first like action movie. What was that like for you?
Honestly, I read the script just as he had, and I was like, oh, this is a very funny movie. I actually didn't understand how real the action was going to be. And, I prepare for movies a lot, so I came in, prepped about my character, his arc, every scene, I'd done all that. I had not thought for 1 second about the physical stuff, about the action. I'd given it no thought. I was like, what, you just run around and do it? And then I got there, and I was like, oh, there's a lot of this, and I don't know how to do it. So I was very lucky to have someone like Dave who's so good at it, and Eco, so I was able to watch them and sort of pick up some pointers. But it really was the action was definitely a learning experience.
It was actually a learning experience for myself as well, because Eco has a very different style of action, of fighting. And it took a few discussions because he has a very fast, choppy kung fu style of doing things, and mine is I'm a brawler. I fight like a brawler. And so to make those styles work together, we had to stop and kind of put a lot of thought into the actually fight psychology, which fortunately is kind of my strength after doing wrestling for 20 years. But it was a learning experience.
But it was awesome watching those two kind of really choreograph those fights as they were doing them and figure out what was working and what was not working. And I think that's exactly what Dave said. Is what's cool about it is that it's two guys fighting who have very, very different fighting styles. So, Dave, I remember they showed the video of what this fight's going to be like, and Dave was like, oh, this doesn't quite work, because this is not my fighting style. This guy fights like this, so this should be...
Yeah.
So watching them, like, work on that, kind of in real time, was awesome.
And he's like so prepared, but he doesn't seem very prepared. And it's because you have a discussion, you say something to him, and you say, you got it? And he goes, yeah, you got it? And we're looking at each other.
Like, he don't got it.
I don't got it.
But then they roll, and he got it.
It's got it.